What's going on, everybody? This is your boy King Gabe. Raise up a little bit there. That's better. Anyway, we are here for another history video. Yes, it's been it took a while to get to this next one. Sorry about that. Been doing some things there. One of the things I have been doing, I'm gonna mention. I might possibly make a separate video for this if I remember. But if not, I'm mentioning it here, because sometimes I do forget things. Like one of my uncles say, write that down because I ain't gonna remember it. I've been selling a lot of things on what's called the Marceri app. Those of y'all that don't know what that is, definitely look that up. I may have mentioned it in an earlier video possibly, but if I haven't, I'm mentioning it now. It's sort of like a garage sale app. Matter of fact, this little see that little M right there, where you see a number 2, 2 notifications in there. Yeah, it's that little app. And yeah, pretty much like I say, it's pretty much like a garage sale on your app. And what's better than just like a typical garage sale, like just some of the stuff that I got up for sale at the moment. I sold quite a bit of other stuff last month, mostly my Transformers, which you probably noticed my shelf is empty back there. So yeah, been trying to get a little extra something there, along with what I'm doing here, as well as also you guys supporting what we do on Patreon. We definitely appreciate that as well. But this is also another added thing. Like I say, even got some other items that I'm selling too. So yeah, definitely that's another way you can another way you can support us, and also kind of help yourself if you got stuff that you want to sell. The Marceri app. Yeah, if you got some stuff you want to sell, it's not difficult to use once you get used to it. Matter of fact, it allows you to sell stuff locally and even ship stuff to other places, like other people, like in another state or something, see what you got up there and they want it. It makes it very convenient where you can even have, just say I'm here in Shreveport and another guy over there over in say Texas or something, so want to ship it to him or her, they have the option of either the buyer paying for the shipping or the seller. So like I say, whichever one works for you, it does allow you to do that. So yeah, definitely be sure to do that there. And like I say, it will like I say, definitely can help you out if like I say, you got things you want to sell. And you can also a good way, you look me up on here, and see what I got to sell and everything, and get some stuff with me and say help us out there, and we definitely would appreciate that there. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that, a few other things, and also first chapter of Yumiko, which I will explain somewhat about that in another video. Probably even more than that, because gonna try to have a little bit more written before. Try to have a little bit more written in general there a little bit later on as time goes on. So off to a good start with that. We will be explaining about that later on. So now for what you clicked on there. Enough of that rambling there. The history of Emily. Yes, Emily Landago. Funny story about the name Emily Landago. Her last name was actually her last name is spelled Landago, which yes, say Landago. Yeah, it's spelled Landago. Or Landago. It could, yeah, it's pretty much that. But I tried to, when I was a kid, That was how I spelled it, but I kept pronouncing it Landago. Yeah, like sort of like, land, and then the word Diego, like Dora's cousin from Dora the Explorer. So yeah, so in order to get that sound, I'd have to spell it pretty much like how you would spell Diego. So I just went by what I had wrote and pronounced it that way, Landago. So works out pretty well. Also, much like Brownie, this is not her first body. This right here. Now she didn't come from Build-A-Bear like Brownie. Brownie's the only one that new body came from Build-A-Bear. Just to clear that up. Not completely sure where she came from. She's been here a while. Matter of fact, she was here. I remember there's a picture. Well, actually, no, that was something else that Christina was holding. But we were trying. Me and Christina, we was that she doesn't even remember. We were trying to figure out. Like I was asking, I was like, I've given her quite a few gifts when we were dating and stuff like that, especially plush toys and flowers and all of that, candy and stuff like that, and other gifts, and still pretty much spoiler now. But she's so beautiful. How can you not? So anyway, yeah, amongst all the gifts I've given Christina, I was trying to remember if this form of Emily was a gift to her, or did she already have her before we got married? Was this a plush toy that she already had before we even met each other? Because yes, she did have some plush toys of her own before she met me there. From like when she was a little kid and stuff like that. We do have some of those plush toys that she has mixed with some I've given her, and then because we were trying to get some space around here when she moved in and everything after after we first got married and stuff, and was moving all her stuff in. Yeah, we kind of had to donate some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Yeah, to sort of make some room in here. So, yeah, there was that there. Too bad we didn't have the Marceriat back then. We could have at least maybe got a little something for those, but oh well. Ah well, as Will Smith said, ah well. So, yeah. But like I said, we don't. Neither one of us remember whether she was a gift to Christina from me or if she already had her. But anyway, this is the body being used for Emily. Her, unlike Brownie, her body is not here. Her body, along with some other stuffed animals from back then, were actually given to a group of kids that I used to back from the Woodlawn High School daycare. Yeah, we had a daycare at our high school at Woodlawn, if I hadn't mentioned that already, and I volunteered in that during my senior year as one of my electives for. So yeah, I took somewhat of child care along with home ec. Sort of came as a package deal with it. I was like, okay, I'll take that too, I guess. So I was like, what the heck? Okay. So which wasn't so bad, Got to eat some good stuff in home ec. Hey, first time I had a breakfast burrito was in that class. So yeah, at least I got some good stuff. So anyway, so yeah, in the daycare class, yeah, we had a Halloween event there, and I get a lot of except for Brownie's body, old body, because I showed that in the video, but a lot of the other old plush toys that I had back then, because there's some others, some plush toys that aren't in. I may possibly, if I can remember them, yeah, I might bring them into your Miyako some kind of way. I'll let y'all know. Depends on what I think of and my mood. So, Yeah, but a lot of them were given away there during a Halloween event that we had for the kiddies there. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was. I say, but I mean, it wasn't completely bad. 'Cause, the kids, and I did. I don't completely regret doing that, because like I said, I did enjoy the kids there. They were real sweet. They had their ways, but they were real sweet though. And yeah, a lot of them really got attached to wanting attention from me out of the other high school, out of the other volunteers, from us that were also seniors too. Cause we were like assistants to the actual daycare teachers. So yeah, we didn't take over the daycare. We were assisting the daycare, the actual teachers though. So yeah, sort of like teacher's aide, I guess you could call it that, or student teaching some. Anyway, but a lot of them seemed like they wanted they didn't, like I said, the other students would be kind of looking at me kind of upset. I'm like, what I do? I can't help what the kids like. I can't help the fact that they keep running to me. I guess, and one of my buddies at work say, well, you just got that you got that cool kind of uncle face, that cool uncle in the family that all the kids run to. Everybody, most everybody got that in the family. If they're still alive, most everybody got that cool uncle in the family that a lot of people are like, hey, how's it going? And all the kids want to run to. So yeah, most everybody has that. Yeah, so yeah. So yeah, there was that. So of course, this is Emily's new body that just decided to use. First time used this new body was, of course, from Brownie Reactions, of course, sort of in the later part of that web series there. So it was that. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's rewind it back to the beginning and not jump ahead. So of course, and this kind of makes me look like a mob boss with her in my lap there. Yes. Okay, now bring the money. Bring the money to me tonight, and don't mess it up. Yes. Yeah, sort of. Oh boy, now I just thought about the claw and Inspector Gadget. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time. And also Megatron from Beast Wars. He didn't have a cat, but he had his T-Rex head in season 1. On his and when he was in robot mode, he'd be petting it, and sometimes had a little toothbrush and stuff like. Yeah. That was my. I think that's probably my favorite Megatron from that series. So anyway, back with Emily. So first, just like Brownie, she arrived in the basket in a basket at my granny and papa's house with a lot of other plush toys. Most of those plush toys, as I mentioned before, were given away to the little kids at the Woodlawn Daycare, as well as Emily's whole body. But yeah, that's how first got her first body. Also, I gotta explain one thing. Give me just a second, Emily. We're gonna get there. I gotta explain. I tried to explain something about the body thing back in the Brownie video, so I'm gonna so like I say, yeah, y'all probably may possibly remember what I said there. So I'm gonna but I thought a little bit more about that. So like I say, not ignoring what I said in the first video. Yes, what I said in the first video I did say, but this is what I'm saying here and from on out. The way the whole thing of how the plush toys existing in Miyako and everything, they're just in Yumiko, they're just straight up anthropomorphic animals like Darkwing Duck and like Darkwing Duck or Arthur and his friends from like What a Wonderful Kind of Day. Yeah, kind of like that type of existence. Yeah, they're just anthropomorphic animals. Because I was thinking like anthropomorphic plush toys, a plush toy animal, but they're anthropomorphic animals that have come into existence because of the plush toys. Now, how that works, Okay, like say I got Emily here, and also Brownie in the other room. Um, yes, these plush toys, they exist. They're right here in the real world. Um, However, they don't. Unlike those of y'all that watch Barney know that how he turns from a little plush dinosaur to hey everybody, boys and girls. How he magically transforms because of the kid's imagination. But it doesn't. But with my stuff, it don't do that though. The plush toys just stay the plush toys. But when you go to the Amiico world, you meet up with the anthropomorphic animal characters of these plush toys. So, yeah, you could go into Amiico with Emily, be holding her, and you would see her, the real Emily in Amiico. Yeah, so it'd be, now some of you probably get where I'm going there, but just in case, because like I said, everybody different, no offense, just everybody, just to put it more layman terms, because I might, just in case I'm sounding like a science nerd or something, the quantum equation of the linear and the graphic of the pi, and then if we go to the override key and go to the universal English, please. So, in case I'm sounding like that to anybody, basically, if I exist here, and if there was a plush toy made of me, I still exist, but I just have a plush toy of me. Steve Urkel, he's a character played by Jarrell White. But he has a doll made of him. I guess technically it'd be a doll of me as well. So yeah, a doll or plush toy of myself, yeah, would be sitting right here in front of the real me. That's the simple way of explaining how this works with the Amiico plush toys. There, they exist as themselves, just plush toys, and their real forms are in the Amiico world. Much like this is my real form, I'm moving my body and stuff, but the plush toy is just the plush toy of me. So I'm just saying. Yeah, so that's kind of that's a better way of explaining it there. The best way that I can think to explain that. So yeah, that's I was actually thinking of that this morning. So now that's cleared up. So once we got Emily from her first body, not this one. She imagine her and different stuff and everything. When I after elementary, when I gave Brownie away to Tiffany, and of course she gave it back, Brownie back to me in high school. But during the time that Tiffany had Brownie, most of so I still had the other plush toys along with Emily, and also her brother Peter, who we don't have anymore. Just like Emily. They were twins, Peter and Emily. Yeah, Peter and Emily Landago. So they and I think a lot of time I called them Brother Landago and Sister Landago, almost like when you go to the old churches there, like, hey sister Bobby Ray, hey sister Johnny Ray, hey brother Bobby Pay, hey brother Billy, hey, how y'all doing now? So anywho, so yeah, but yeah, Peter and Emily Landago, they there's, and I might, and probably because of this video, before I move on to talking about the other plush toys, I will probably try to do some reactions, not to any movies, because like I said, I don't want to get no copyright, but to some of my home movies. Can't copyright me for that. Of the plush toys, of like, mostly because I have videos of VHS tapes of the Landagos there. I might, and like I said, I could check for some others, but I know for a fact I have VHS of the Landagos. A lot of them are in black and white because that's the type of camera I had back in middle school, and that's what I used throughout middle school. Mostly, yeah, around the house. That is so. Yeah, so yeah, definitely probably do some reaction to those home movies. And if I do react to any other home movies, I have to make sure I check them out because I gotta make sure that they would, other home movies that they would be okay to show here. Cause you gotta be, cause there's some home movies that are only meant to be seen here in home, So, but with Emily, them and her brother, yeah, I should be able to show those there. So, yeah, I'll have some reaction videos to those coming up soon. Because, like I say, because I'm talking about Emily here, before I move on to the other plush toys, to sort of add to the channel there. Yep. So, anywho, as well as some other plush toy episodes I made there. So, anywho, so yeah, going into middle school, yeah, we made quite a bit of little random home movies of that, of the Landagos, her and her brother, and a few other plush toys there and toys that I had. There was some of the ones I remember. There was one where they had a school. I think they were supposed to be starting school and stuff like that. Probably would not show that one, not because I can't show it, but it's not. It's not. It's kind of, yeah. Some of them might make, some of them, yeah. How can I say it? Yeah, it's sort of like as a friend of mine's sister once said, "This is boring." So, yeah. Now, like I said, I do have one that are interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Actually, has somewhat of a structure to it there. So yeah, like I said, but that's one reason. Like again, I have to watch some of these before I show and react to it there, or just show it to you guys. Yep. So, anywho, so yeah, we there was a back to school one. Had one where they were on these radio control cars that I had. And also at the time that I was doing some of these videos, there was a time I asked my mom for some puppets. I just randomly wanted some puppets around that time. So, mom told me instead of getting some at the time. Now there was a puppet I did get in 8th grade. It was a crocodile puppet there. Real good little puppet, by the way. I don't have it now, but would have been nice if I still did. But anyway, and I think there was another puppet that mom actually allowed me to play with too. That I think was around. I think she either bought it or it was around the house. But before I got any of those puppets, at that time she didn't get any. But like I said, but later she did. But before then, she, as encouraging my creative mind, had me to take my plush toys and make them sort of like marionette puppets there, with some string to them, like the way Geppetto did with Pinocchio. So yeah, sort of like that. And I had that kind of going in some of the videos there, mostly with the Landagos though. And yeah, so yeah, that was that. With the video where they were on my radio control cars. The Peter had got hurt, so yeah, then they had take him to the hospital and stuff. Hospital and yeah, just kind of a lot of random. Cause I remember this 7th grade, and I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really write out no script for this, so Yeah, that's one. And even my mama told me back then in one of the videos I called myself trying to make with a couple other plush toys. Y'all should have rehearsed that before you got on tape. Yeah, so even with my home movies, yeah, my mom was a bit of a critic, but hey, for good reason though, because hey, I mean, you about to even for a home movie, you might want to actually at least put something to get things together before you start filming, especially nowadays with YouTube videos. So yeah. Yeah, so like I say, she wasn't lying. That one of my coworkers say, "Well, you ain't lying." Say, oh boy, I think I showed her my brownie video. I hadn't heard her response to that. I'm gonna ask her if she's seen that, and hopefully this one. So yeah, because like me, she'd be kind of busy too. Yeah, now yes. So anywho, so yeah, we had that video. There was one video where her and her brother were, along with some other plush toys, were looking at magazines for some reason. Like I said, I did a lot of random stuff on these videos. Yeah, like I said, I was even so random. I even had a video. There was one. It was a cooking show where we was making a cake of some kind, my mom and I. But but before we even started cooking, like I was waiting for her and everything, where she where it was just I just called it the nothing to do show. Oh dear, I was a camera holic too, so that's also another reason why. So anyway, the biggest thing that I've done as far as in the home movie era with the Landagos was Landago in space. Now, it wasn't like Brownie in space where he went to Uranus. No, Landago. I called it Landago back then, but we're going by how the spelling is supposed to be pronounced. So Landago in space was actually her brother Peter. It was a little green rabbit named Sally, and also Garfield for some reason. Yes, it was a Garfield. He wasn't a plush toy Garfield. I did have a plush toy Garfield at once, two of them. There was a small one I had in elementary, and then in high school I got a big Garfield plushie. So yeah, but this one that I used for the Landago in space video was a Garfield toy I got from Wendy's that was, I think, also a magnifying glass inside there. So, and I think I had another one that could stick to things too. So, yeah. So it's the four of them. Four of them that were in the video. So what happened in this episode? They're going through space. And all of a sudden, going, filming it, and it was used. And matter of fact, the spaceship was a cardboard box, by the way, with a little opening in it so you could see them. All of a sudden, it's like, oh no, we're going through a black hole! Mayday! Mayday! Ah! Oh no! Zoom in! So then they end up inside the black hole portal. Much like in the first comic of Yumiko before I started writing these novels. And they say it took them to a dimension where there was giant furniture. Well, we were on a budget. So it was giant sized furniture. So Peter Landago and Garfield go out to investigate the planet. And they say come across a giant refrigerator while the girls, by the way, Emily and Sally, are trying to get the ship fixed up. The boys come across a giant refrigerator and decide to get something to eat out of it because they're hungry. Peter's like, well, maybe we shouldn't be doing this because somebody else could get mad at us. So Garfield's like, no, come on. There's a lot of food in there. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind. us getting a little bit out of there. You know how Garfield can be. So yeah, they were eating stuff. I didn't really put actual food up there. I don't think I did. But yeah, it was a box that made it look like they were eating out of. They passed me the peanuts and them lasagna chips and stuff like that. After they ate and were full, then there was a monster crab. Yeah, monster crab. And the monster crab was going to eat the boys, but then they got saved by the girls, because they had just got the ship fixed and everything, and also had a space car out of nowhere, which was actually one of my radio control cars, just to use. But the crab but the crab was not defeated, was not completely down, and some kind of way he transformed. By the way, the crab was actually my Rampage figure from Beast Wars, so yeah, that's why he could transform. That's going to be used for a future story, robotic crabs there that try to invade either Yumiko or the real world, possibly both. But yeah, that will be coming. You know, they want to wipe out all organic life. So the Landagos get back in the ship to try to fight off the crab. The crab kind of has some heavy artillery blasts. So there's only one choice they have: Landago Megazord power. Yeah, like I say, I kind of just thought of this as I went along there. So Landago Megazord activated. And actually, this was not the Power Rangers Megazord I was using for the video. This was a Voltron figure I was using, by the way. And the Landago Megazord takes out a huge power sword, not a very huge one, because I was using one of those kind of pretty good sized plastic swords you get at the fairgrounds or in your dollar store or something like that, and destroyed the crab monsters. So, and then they all went back home. So, and we're trying to figure out where they were going to go to eat when they got back home, whether they were going to go to Wendy's or Long John Silver or not. So yeah, there was that. That was the biggest story involving the Landagos. And a few other little things. We had there's one. I think they were part of called the lunch group with my cousin Tiffany. But yeah, yeah. Well, I put it this way. Yeah. Now stuff involving my cousin. Yeah, stuff involving my cousin Tiffany. Yeah, it is really random. Probably the most thing that would be featureable would be like maybe her doing like the praise dances and stuff like that, something like that. Which, like I say, honest, but I would have to get well, obviously I have to get permission from her. Cause like I say, she might, like I said, I wouldn't want to put that up there, and then Tiffany's like, Gabriel, why did you put that up there? Now I know I put that music video of her up there, but see, she knew about that though, cause that was actually posted on 2 other channels, and Tiffany was fully aware of that. Matter of fact, obviously, cause it was so I mentioned, hey, I'm gonna post this on YouTube for your birthday and everything. Yeah, back in 2010. So yeah, so she knew about that there. But yeah, there's other home movies with her. Us back middle school. I was like 12 and she was 9. Yeah, I would have to get her permission on that. And even if she said it was okay, like, yeah, Gabe, I don't care. If she did. Just like any of my videos, home movie wise, I was still, after getting that permission, I would then have to check myself to see, like, should I put this up here? Like I say, there's some Some I could, some, yeah, depending on what's all in it, is only viewable for here at the house. Just letting you know. So, yeah, that's two things that would have to happen if I were to put that up there. Yeah, two things that would have to be approved. First, of course, is Tiffany's permission. Yeah. So now we got that cleared up. But yeah, it was a, but it was, yeah, it was the whole thing of us. I said, and now it's the lunch group. I think it was like hanging with Tiffany on a Sunday evening, and we were eating lunch during the video, tacos, and then also had ice cream. I think it was, no, actually, I think it was Jello and something else for dessert. I think it was just Jello. Maybe ice cream and Jello. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, it was, yeah, like I said, it was a lunch group, and it was, so it was, yeah, like I said, because I had, I think the Landagos and a few other of my plush toys at the table. Yes, my mom allowed this, cause she knew I would, like it's, not all the time, but most of the time it was like, yeah, it's just Gabriel. Yeah, go ahead, cause like I said, I'm a very odd one, and still am. So, Mama was kind of used to that. There, I mean, it is a as a mom. That's one thing they say about it. Moms, especially now, I'm not saying dads can't be like this either, but moms a lot. I think it's just a natural thing with mothers. There's a lot of things they allow more so than any other parental figure. Just saying. Like I say, you know, not saying that other parental figures don't care or anything like that, but mamas allow a lot more than I think they allow the most out of any parental figure. That's just kind of what, at least from what I've experienced with mine. So anyway, but yeah, it was part of the lunch group and everything. Yeah. So then so after the home movie era, well, the middle school home movies, then let's cut to I think what he cut to with the Landago. I think not sure exactly. I think because I think Brownie came back into place back in high school, and yeah, it was things going on there. Oh yeah, they were so. There were some other videos that I did have the Landagos a part of, along with the other plush toys. Like I said, there were times I called myself trying to make my what was called You Pick Live. That was a thing on Nickelodeon where they would have, you know, they would set up where you could pick certain shows to be aired during this segment. And between the shows, you know, the people doing You Pick Live would do certain random stuff, you know, like games and stuff like that. Sort of like a wacky version of stuff like Toonami and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was sort of like that kind of thing. And obviously, I wouldn't show you those videos because, yeah, there's episodes of shows there, and yeah, we know where that would lead to. So. Yeah, but yeah, they were part of those, some of those that I did there. And of course, Garfield was my co-host in there. Then, so yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can remember of the Landagos growing up. I know in DigiRanger that I mentioned about that Brownie was a part of his Brownie Mon. There was a Felina Mon, which I guess you could say kind of based with at least with Emily there, but a different color, something like that there. And let's say that was pretty much it. So yeah, of course, now you see, you know, Brownie and Emily on my shorts on the YouTube channel there. Oh yeah, but with Brownie reactions, yeah. So Yeah, on that, yeah, you know, Brownie, he'd be reacting to different movies and stuff like that. Um, and of course, like I say, when it first started, it was meant to be something on the side, on the side, while still doing, you know, my comic books and stuff like that. But to try to get people's attention, like, you know, now we're just coming straight forward and, you know, telling you about, you know, the books themselves and stuff about them, you know. So something I probably should have done from the beginning. But anyway, it was something. But oh yeah, so yeah, of course, then we end up this co-writer of ours kind of got involved with Brownie Rats and started changing the direction of it there, wanting to have skits and stuff like that. And there was a certain point that that we got. I think we was Emily's first appearance in Brownie Reactions was when we reacted to Aladdin, and her and Brownie reacted to that. And at the end of the reaction, Emily asked about being Brownie's girlfriend, as she will be in the series there. Yeah, you'll be hearing about that, like you saw in the shorts. Then they, after becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, they reacted to the Lion King 2, all snuggled up with each other. Then, there was that. And now, as with the the comic, the Yumiko comics, in the first issue, you see Brownie, Emily, and their other crew members like Dashdale and Billy and Gerald, which of course you'll hear about them in other videos, more detail about them as much as I, you know, know. So with that, it was like major damage. It was a attack from a Nubian in the ship and got sucked into a black hole. Brownie is separated from his crew members. Had that comic continue, which it possibly could, you never know. Just all depends on what happens later in life while making these novels and stuff and where they lead to. But if I was still working with the comics format and had there was going to be a story later that would explain where Emily and the other crew members were. They had been going through sort of a warp hyperspace and ended up in another dimension where, just like in my old VHS home movie, they ended up on the planet with the robot crabs. But unlike the home movie, they get rescued by Peter Landago, who takes them aboard his ship and everything. And they would also meet up with one of the IT comic heroes, which you'll hear about that in another video, the Alpha Guardians. The Alpha Guardians of the universe. So with that, they then eventually would come back to where Brownie and the others were at. And for the novel now, she will be in the first novel. Brownie actually would try to flirt with her, obviously. The Brownie flirting with Emily at the beginning of in the first novel, and trying to hit on her, is actually a reference to when I first met Christina. Oh yeah, I put that in there. When I first met Christina at Southern, it was my first year up there, like 18, and of course she was 20. She was about to turn 20 that year. Before that year was over. So yeah, she was older than me, but I didn't care. as a certain someone told me that was like, I like you, but so I'm not gonna go into further detail of that. There, yeah, I'm not gonna go into any further detail of that. So yeah, in this case, yeah, I went up to her, to Christina. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" That sounds like Sherman Club. Okay, so anyway, we had got to we kind of got to talking. Actually, had some pretty actually our talking with each other was really good to start, and like I say, really kind of sets up, you know, how we associate with each other now. Being married and stuff like that. Socially, we did really well there with that. Talked about like different, lot, different various things. A lot of things she would bring up with, hey, did you ever watch The Simpsons? Stuff like that, stuff. Or old programming on, like some stuff that I hadn't even heard about, like a movie that we watched a couple of days ago. Look it up on YouTube. Stay tuned. Check that movie out. pretty That's pretty good. So but she only wanted to be friends because she says she was only interested in older guys. And the one thing I said to Christina was like, well, us young guys tend to mature ourselves when we're in the presence of impressing a very beautiful older woman like you. Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, there's that there, and that's what that's what I have Brownie say to Emma. That's what the dialogue that will be exchanged with them. Yeah. So, yeah. That's how that would get started. And a few other, and a lot more of me and Christina will be incorporated into Brownie and Emily's relation. Yeah. Especially since they're adults too there. So yeah. That would be a perfect way to do that. So that would pretty much be now how I'm going to bring her brother Peter Landago into the novel. I'm not completely sure yet. He will be a part of it, just like he was going to be with the comics. Like I say, but I just got to, like I said, I don't know exactly yet how he would there. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on Emily, and even a little bit with her brother and some of the things about them and their friends and so on and so on. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, so like what you see, especially this little adorable ray of sunshine. Meow. Yeah, like what you saw. Be sure you definitely like, share, and subscribe. Buy some available comic books. And also be sure to support us on the Patreon. That we could definitely use that support there. As well as you can also sponsor the channel. $5 for a shout out, or $20 to maybe advertise a business of yours, like the way King's did with King's Barbecue. Just make sure keep it it's family friendly, especially for the channel. Keeping it family picture. So yeah, family friendly, as well as also, like I mentioned earlier, check out that Marceri app. That Marceri app if you want to sell some of your stuff, as well as also, buy some of the stuff that I got up there. So yeah, definitely do that. I can probably tell you right now, I highly doubt that I would make a video for that. I mean, I possibly still could, just, hey, this is Marceri and do this. But like I say, it's highly unlikely, but it might possibly happen. So I'm just saying, it's just so you won't be like, well, he said he was gonna make a video of that. So just letting you know, it's a low chance there. It could happen, but it's a low chance. Yeah, that all depends on my mood. But at least I am mentioning it here. So Like I say, like so yeah, do all of that, and we will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody, and we'll get you next. And we'll get you next time. Next time.